Over 4,000 years ago, God made a promise to Abraham regarding his sons. Genesis 17:20 says of Ishmael, "I will make him into a great nation." But what does it mean to be a great nation? Biblical context tells us that a great nation isn't just about population or power. In Deuteronomy 4:7-8, greatness is defined as knowing God, living under His guidance, and being in covenant relationship with Him. So a truly great nation is one devoted to the worship of the one God. Historically, the descendants of Ishmael, the Arabs, were polytheists for centuries. They worshipped idols, not the God of Abraham. The promise of Ishmael's descendants becoming a great nation, in the spiritual sense of knowing and worshiping God, had not yet been fulfilled. That changed in the 7th century CE. With Prophet Muhammad, Islam restored the worship of the one God among the Arabs. The Arabs collectively became a nation dedicated to monotheism, fulfilling the biblical definition of a great nation promised to Ishmael. Even some Jewish sources like Rabbi Baya ben Asher note that the prophecy of Ishmael's descendants was fulfilled centuries later, aligning with the rise of Islam. Contemporary scholars also recognize that the spread of Islam represents the historical realization of Ishmael's promise, both in nationhood and spiritual devotion. Islam also teaches that earlier scriptures, while originally from God, were corrupted over time. The Quran clarifies and preserves the original message, calling people back to the worship of the one God. Islam restores Abraham's faith in its original, uncorrupted form. When we trace the promise of Ishmael to history, we see that only through Islam did Ishmael's descendants fulfill the biblical meaning of a great nation. This demonstrates a clear continuity from God's covenant with Abraham to Prophet Muhammad, while revealing the errors introduced in other Abrahamic faiths over time. Putting it all together, Ishmael's blessing as a great nation, the historical worship of the one God among his descendants, and the Quran's preservation of divine truth, all point to Islam as the final and true Abrahamic faith, clarifying errors in previous scriptures, and guiding all of mankind back to God.